We're getting there in the South. We're getting there. That's right, getting really, really close, if not already there, to topwater fishing. At what temperature, as a general rule of thumb, should you start throwing topwater baits? Good morning, guys and girls. April 28, reading from our Catch a Better Life book. By the way, we are totally caught up on shipments. We've got everybody's book out that's ordered books. If you order in the last day or two, they're going to go out real quickly. If you want those personalized and autographed, be sure and let us know. And by the way, when you order online, jimmyhouston.com, when you order online, if you want that book autographed to you, tell us who you want it personalized to. If you want to personalize somebody else, be sure and tell us. Now, if you just tell us to autograph it, we think that's generic, and what we call generic. That's a big word for a boy like me. But if you just say autograph the book, that's all we're going to do. May God bless and autograph it. But if you want it autographed, personalized to somebody, be sure to state that on your order. Looking at Mark 4:40, Jesus said to them, "Why are you so fearful? How is it that you have no faith?" Can you have faith and fear at the same time? Well, yeah, I think you probably can, but you probably can't have complete faith, 100% full faith, and have fear at the same time. Because if your faith is really strong, you're not going to have any fear. You'll have no fear. You'll have no fear. Here's what I wrote about that. The Great Lakes provide some of the best fishing in this wonderful country of ours. Bass, walleye, salmon, catfish, muskie, the list just goes on and on and on. The Great Lakes are literally full of fish. But they're almost like oceans, not really lakes. They're like the great oceans, not the Great Lakes. They're big, wide expanses of water that get rough and they get dangerous, very dangerous, and they do it in a hurry. A little storm comes in, they can go from being pretty nice and calm and fishable to just almost impossible to get around on. The Sea of Galilee, also known as Lake Gennesaret, is a freshwater lake that is much like our Great Lakes. Sea of Galilee is not saltwater like we think of seas as saltwater. It's Lake Gennesaret. And it's just a whole lot like our Great Lakes. It's a big, giant expanse of water, except it doesn't have very good fishing. I have fished there, I know, I'm telling you. Unless you're a catfisherman, it's not very good. Now, you can catch a lot of catfish there because catfish are not the type of fish that the Jews like to eat. So the Jewish people leave them all out there. So you can go catch catfish, but anything else, it's really tough. Jesus spoke these words in today's verse after being awakened from a really deep sleep by his disciples as their boat crossed this huge lake, Lake Gennesaret, the Sea of Galilee. This storm was so fierce that the boat was sinking. The boat was sinking. Jesus had been preaching and he'd been healing people all day long, and he was exhausted. He was exhausted. He simply spoke to the storm and it stopped. Can I say that again? He simply spoke to the storm and it stopped. Even the storm, a fierce storm, obeyed Jesus. That's how powerful the Jesus that I serve is. The Creator who hung and created the moon and the stars was in their boat. He was in their boat with them taking a little nap. Here's my question. Is Jesus in your boat? Is Jesus Christ in your boat? Storms are going to come. Storms are going to come. I can tell you many storms that have come in my lifetime. You could ask Jesus to come aboard your life today. Ask him to come aboard your life. Ask him to be in the boat with you 24/7. And he'll calm those storms. He can do it actually by just speaking to the problem and solve it. Here's our tip for today. Begin fishing topwater baits when the water temperature hits. Some of you probably said 58 degrees because I talk about 58 degrees so much. 60 degrees. Now, I've caught bass and a lot of bass in water below 60 degrees. There's no doubt about it. But that's a pretty good gauge right there. When you see your temperature gauge start hitting 60 degrees, pick those topwater baits up and throw them. A lot of times that'll be in the middle of the afternoon this time of the year before it'll hit 60 degrees. A lot of times it'll be back in a pocket or a cove where the wind hadn't been getting to it and the sun's shining on it and it warms that water up. Pick that topwater bait up and start throwing it. Guys and girls, go out there and have you a great one today. And remember, I sure do love you.